Alright, hey everyone, Maia here, again on Mathelingual, and I'm just gonna resume from talking about properties of inequalities. So, I went over properties of inequalities in my last video, but before I go on to some actual examples, I want to share with you this proof that was in my Algebra 2 book. So, I'm still using the Algebra 2 textbook, gonna be in there for a while, but it's fun. Okay, so consider this. We know that, okay, again, I'm just going to tell you A and B, assume they are real numbers, right? We're not dealing with imaginary numbers. Yeah, we're not there yet. Okay, so if A is greater than B, then you might be asking, why is negative A less than negative B? Well, actually, there is a proof for that. So, I mean, yeah, I know looking at these two guys, these two expressions, they're not very difficult to say, put in your long-term memory, memorize, commit to memory. But for me, I found usually, especially this is a good skill for higher up mathematics, I found, when you really understand how something works, it's kind of easier to understand why it's written the way it is rather than just bluntly like memorizing it. Same with like when I'm studying a language, right? I need to learn the basic structure. I need to learn the why, right? So that's how you kind of learn it also. Okay, so the proof is this. We start with A is greater than B, of course. Now we can subtract B from both sides, right? Because if I subtract B from over here, I got to subtract it over here. So that means A minus B is greater than 0. Okay? Get me so far? Now let's flip this around. We can write this, we can flip the terms around and say that negative B plus A is greater than 0, right? I didn't change anything except the order that these two terms are written, okay? And now think about it this. Adding a positive number is the same as subtracting a negative, okay? So I can also rewrite this as negative B minus negative A is greater than 0, okay? Right? Because adding a positive is the same as subtracting a negative. Usually you might see it usually you might work with something and come across subtracting a negative first, then flip it so it's a positive, like adding a positive, but it works both ways. So yeah, plus A is the same as minus negative A. Okay, now I'm going to add A to both sides. So I've got this, and I'm going to add A. Let's see, add A to both sides. No. Okay, this is where I'm correcting myself. Add a negative A to both sides, yeah, because that wouldn't work otherwise, right? 0 plus a negative A. Okay, let me make sure I got that right. Negative B minus negative A is greater than 0, so we're going to add negative A to both sides, right? So these, it's going to cancel. So negative B is greater than negative A, but since we typically want to start with the letter A, we're just going to turn this inequality around and write negative A is less than negative B, because we don't want to say B first. So that is why you get negative A is less than negative B from that. Okay, so that is the proof. Okay, so maybe this one's a short little video, but I think it's good because it helps get a recap on some of those properties and also gives a proof in the process. So, till next video, I'm Maia, and this is Mathelingual out.